DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky Beef. Hey, what is up, mixers? Welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. I'm mlNikon, and joining us, my other co-host, we've got Jennifer Jarvis. Say hello.
Hi. Hi.
And RinVapes.
Couldn't find my unmute. It disappeared.
Hey, so we're talking about key lime pies today. We all made some. We got a picture. It looks like a key lime pie. So we thought, yeah, let's do some key lime pie. And so yeah. But before that, let's just chit chat and see how's everyone doing today.
Good. Did quite a bit of mixing.
Yeah. What have you been mixing lately?
I mixed up a whole 120 ml bottle of some Flavor Art, their new cheesecake, using a bit of the graham crust and some other stuff, and some strawberry.
Oh, nice. How is that?
I haven't tested it yet because I only mixed it yesterday, and I know it's going to need 2 weeks.
Okay. Here's my theory. Of course, I don't have any new FA flavors. I want to get them, but my theory is that they must be like really good because they're all like profiles that are already like good by other people. So like I'm thinking, okay, if FA's got the balls to go after these profiles, like they need to be
they're trying to compete
different. Yeah. They need to do something to differentiate themselves from these other profiles. So, like, they've got to be awesome, right?
The vanilla gelato, the candy wizard, the what else did I have here? Oh, the dragon fruit. Oh, and I dropped one. And what was the other one I tried? I got the cheesecake that I'm just using in the graham cracker. I think I've used pretty much all of them except the Bavarian cream. That is the only one I haven't actually tried yet. But so far, I'm liking all of them. I think they need to steep a little bit more. But with creams and FA, they always need to steep about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For me,
I just gotta say, I'm super. Every time I see you and like where you work, your office, I'm always super jealous because you're just surrounded by flavors. You're just immersed in flavors, and
it's actually more frustration for me because I can't find anything.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Like, this is all TPA stuff right here. And over here, I've got some Capellas and some Flavor Art and some Flavora mixed in because the Flavora is up here and I just stick it down here.
I was just about to say you're halfway organized, but at least you know where stuff is.
Yeah, I know where the stuff is for the most part, but I'll spend an hour looking for one specific flavor. It's ridiculous sometimes.
That's how it is. You start out every now and then I'll clean up and or reorganize or I'll move and I have to reorganize. And it's really nice for a little while and it's like takes no time to mix and then I just kind of let it go and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yep. And then you mix more and then you're piling some more flavors on. It's like, oh, I need this and this. No, I'm sniffing that over here. And
yeah, pretty
much that's how it ends up like this.
So Rin, what have you been mixing lately?
What have I been mixing? Oh, I was working on something for my dad because he tried Bearded Vapors, like number 00, because they like number their juices for whatever reason. It's like a butterscotch tobacco with a hint of coffee However, when I tried it, I just taste butterscotch. I don't really taste anything else. So I worked on something for him. I haven't given it to him yet, though. I wanted it to steep for just a little bit. What else? More versions of the key lime pie, because my initial few were not good. That's about it. I made a guanabana, whatever, mixture earlier today. It came out pretty well.
That's a good flavor.
Yeah, it started with grapefruit and then added basil, which is weird. Added some TFA vanilla bean ice cream because it has a pepper note, and pepper is supposed to go with grapefruit. And then, what else did I add? Guanabana. And then I added, thanks to Graham, some TFA smoothie, and that definitely like sealed the deal because before it was just kind of flat. But yeah.
Sweet. Well, I've been, besides a whole bunch of cranberry testers for Noted Tomorrow, I've been working on a vanilla and honey. I think it was, is it Philip Rock? It's like the renowned, mixer, whatever is supposed to do really good juices. He did I was looking at some of the profiles on there, and one of them was like a vanilla honey. I'm like, that sounds good, and I bet if I can get it right and not so florally, it would be really good. So I've been kind of fiddling with pairing honey with different additives to kind of tone it down. So like I do batch testing. So I did a version with liquid amber. I did a version with Kentucky bourbon. I did a version with Vape Train golden syrup. So like I'm working on those right now. and then I just whipped up like a simple like vanilla custard and like a dulce de leche type thing. Just I want it simple and good, and those flavors you can't really mess up because they're just like
which dulce do you
basic.
use?
I just got TFA's caramel dulce de leche. I've been working with that, and of course jungle flavor. I said no, I don't have. I want to get jungle flavors. I heard it's really good. But
theirs is a little malty. Like, it's not bad from jungle flavors, but it had I don't know, it was a little burnt to me. Like caramels can sometimes have that bit of a burnt taste to them.
Like Flavor caramel to me tastes like burnt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just have to.
Yeah, with the jungle flavors one, yeah, you got to kind of play with it. It's a little bit lower of a percentage, I think. It just depends on how sensitive you are to it. The Delosi Dolce wasn't too bad either.
Oh, nice. I don't have any. No, I think I have like black licorice, which is odd because I hate black licorice. I don't have any other Delosi flavors. And then someone did a naked remix, Green Blast or something, is kiwi and apple and melon. I've been messing with my own version of that because I haven't played. Kiwi is just one of those things, like it's really good and I haven't played with it in a while. So I'm like, I want something refreshing because it's hot. So
yeah,
that's everything I've been vaping. But yeah. Sweet.
I think I have peanut butter by them, and that's it.
Delosi?
Yeah.
I speaking of peanut butter, based on what you were talking about, the DX, I ordered some TFA DX peanut butter.
Are you sure it's not the Capella V2?
No, I know. I almost got it, but thank God I talked to you before I submitted the order because I had Capella V2 in my It's like, no.
Yeah, she messaged me. She's like, yeah, I have it in my cart because, you said it was so good. I'm like, whoa. No, I did not.
No, yeah. Kids, the TFA DX. Because I think in a few weeks, Noted is doing peanut butters anyway. And so I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Dave likes it.
Twice.
Dave used it in his recipe.
Yeah, he did a bourbon peanut butter thing.
Yeah.
Have you mixed that, or have either of you mixed it?
Not yet.
I don't like bourbon. I don't like vaping alcohol flavors. It's
I
just
think bourbon and peanut butter just to be a good mix. You call it something stupid though. Not stupid, but like silly. Something tariffs. He's poking the bear about something. Like he always does. But anyway.
What's new? Yeah, it looks good though. I think I'll like it based on just looking at it.
Did anybody get any new hardware?
Nope.
Okay. Cool.
I don't buy much for hardware unless I break something.
Because I buy it and it just sits there. Like I bought a TF-V4 or something like that because it was on sale for like super cheap. And I heard it's a decent enough tank. Literally have never even assembled it. Like it just sits in the box. And my dad's actually using my baby Prince. I just don't use shit. It just sits here, especially if it's a tank. And I have it. One RDA I want, and it's like not anywhere to be found, is the Solo Drop. I do want that. Because I use the drop, like the regular one, most days.
Oh yeah, and so that one's just a single coil drop?
Yeah, it's more so catered, because like this one's more catered to a dual, even though I think it works fine for a single. But the Solo is just like a little bit more compact, and I think it's more suited just for a single coil, which is what I use. I don't like dual coils. Plus, it just looks pretty sick, and it's inexpensive, and Brian's my boy, so I want it. That's pretty much all I do, though. Like, if I'm buying hardware, it's like usually because I know the person, because otherwise it's just like, meh. Or it has to be like really on sale.
Yeah.
So I'm cheap.
I ordered the Vaporesso Armor Pro from Fastech, so I'll get it in like a month. But I just wanted like a single battery little guy that I can run, you know, higher end coils with, and just have a small little kind of travel friendly dude. So we'll see. I'll talk about it when I get it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I asked for like some pieces because it's my birthday Friday. So if I get anything vape related, I'll let y'all know. Because my dad has my theory on, which I'm not thrilled about. I'm like, yeah, sure, pick from like any of my stuff because his broke again. And of course, he picks my most expensive mod. Because he dropped his. I'm like, don't drop that.
Okay, well, let's get into our recipes. What do you guys think?
Sure.
So yeah, the picture this week was kind of like straightforward. It's obviously key lime pie. I think we all went with key lime pie in some fashion. So I'll go first. I haven't been first in a while.
Alrighty.
So mine, I decided to go different. Not because they were the best flavors or anything, but just because I could, and I wanted to mess around, I guess. So with mine, I used why is that seem blurry? Does your YouTube ever like get blurry and then like it crisps up? Like, and it's not like the video like from me, but it's like, well, no matter what you're watching. Does that ever happen to you guys?
Pretty much constantly.
Yeah, so I'm trying to read my recipe and it's all blurry. I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, I need to pull it up now because I can't read it. Sorry, guys.
It is 2% cheesecake graham crust, 2.5 Florida key lime by Flavor Art, 1.5 Flavor Art meringue or merengue.
Merengue. Okay, well, then 1.5. There we go. Thank you, Rin. I appreciate it. 1.5%. I went F8 milk, and then 0.3% super sweet, and then 2% vanilla buttercream frosting. Again, not because I think it's like the best flavor around, which I mean it's a really good flavor, or like I think it would fit the best with this key lime pie thing. I just wanted to be fun, have fun, and be creative with something. And it tastes good. If you like key lime pie, like profile, it's a decent thing. It's not a long steeper, like so. Within like 3 days to like a week, probably you'd wanna vape it, because after that the lime fades and all you're left with is like dappy, crusty milk. Like it's good, but it's not like the lime goes away. You know what I'm saying? Like lime just fades. It's just what it does, and all you're left with. I had some in my RDA, and you know fading is worse like in an RDA. And I had gone back to it a few days later, not remembering what it was, and I'm like, what is this? It was so just dappy. And then I remember I'm like, oh, it was the key lime pie, and all the lime had obviously gone away because it was an RDA. It wasn't, it wasn't like sealed or anything. And as soon as I poured more flavor from the bottle, it was immediately good again. But it's just one of those things, like, don't stick it in a cupboard for a month or two, and then I don't know anyone besides me that does that anyway, but don't do that with this. But it's pretty good. It's milk, FA milk. If you can't get it, you probably sub it out with like cream, 1-on-1 cream, milky undertones. But it's just, I wanted something a little bit heavier, a little bit richer. Normally key lime pie is like light and fluffy, but I just wanted something a little bit denser, I guess. And Florida or FA Florida key lime, it's a good lime to use, because it's like, it's not candied, it's very like realistic, and it's very key limey, like it's a good one to use.
Yeah, that's usually my base key lime when I'm making some sort of lime, something that's going to be a little realistic, because it does have the realistic lime kind of taste to it.
And it doesn't fade near as bad as other limes I've noticed. Like if you try to use like Flora lime, or sometimes cold pressed or distilled, they'll fade a lot faster. This one seems to stick around a little bit better. Yeah, it still fades like all citrus, but not as bad.
How's the vanilla buttercream frosting?
Oh, so good. Okay, so let me go a little more in depth, and other than so good. But like, okay, so for me, most frostings kind of feel like empty or stale, or like they can be a little cardboardy. I don't know if you get that with frostings or not, but I do. But this one doesn't do that for me. It's very like rich and like has a really good like frosting vanilla, and it's just it just has like depth to it. Does that make sense? Like it's a really good. If you don't have this, I highly recommend that you get it if you like frosting for things.
Great, another vape train flavor to get. Is it available at Bull City Vapor?
I got it from Chef's. I thought the buttercream was pretty good too. I haven't used it a whole lot in like public recipes yet.
Yes, Bull City has it.
Nice.
Sorry,
like they have some of the flavor. Nope. I heard the Wonder Flavors Island Mango is really good too, but of course it's out of stock.
I know. I want to try it. Mango is coming up next week on Noted, and I wanted to try it for that. And I'm like, what the heck? I should be. I need this flavor in my life, because I heard it's good, and I need new flavor. I'm like a hoarder. I have to collect them all.
It's like Pokemon.
It is. I'm bad. I'm out of control. I'm to the point where I don't have room. I don't have any more room for stuff. I need to stop buying flavors because I'm just running out of room. But.
Then you set up new shelves.
Yeah.
And then you have a little bit of space in those shelves, and you're like, I can get more flavors.
Yeah.
Move to a bigger house just for your flavors.
Heck,
Oh, you have kids? No, spare room is for my flavors.
okay. No lie, like when I get my next place and I'm gonna have like a room just like my office, I want to get someone to build me a perfumer's organ.
That would be awesome.
Like, yeah, it just would be amazing to have everything like all right there in front of you and just. But I would need a really big one.
Yeah.
I was considering that. As clumsy as I am, I would knock everything down.
Oh no!
I knock everything down as it is now.
And then, yeah, because when they're stacked like that, and you knock one down, and they all just.
Yep, and it just takes the whole thing out. It's like potatoes rolling downhill.
And then you knock more down as you're trying to set the other ones out.
Oh God, my cats would probably have a field day.
See, I want cabinets. I want actual, like, my height, 5-foot tall cabinets that pull out and have like spice racks.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So it's all organized and nice spice racks all the way down, and maybe even those can flip out, and you have 2 rows and 2 rows in the center, and it's just that's what I want for my actual mix room, along with a full-on kitchen, all stainless steel.
Yeah, organization, storage needs to. I like thinking about how to organize stuff and make it convenient. And I'm a little crazy like that though. But anyway, who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go or you go.
I don't care.
You guys
Either
are so
way.
excited.
No, you go. No, you.
I'll go next, okay? How's that? We can get my recipe up because I don't remember what I did.
I know that was me. I'm like, oh, I wasn't prepared. I thought I could just read it from the screen once James pulled it up. But
There we go. Okay. On this one, I was going for the no-bake lime jello pudding base kind of thing that you would have at home. It's like something that you'd make on a school night kind of dessert. And so I went with the lemon meringue pie. I did that for a reason. I would have actually used Flavor West probably over Capella's, but I didn't have any, so I used Capella's instead.
What's the difference between the two? Side by side.
There's a little more crust to me from Flavor West, and there is a little less of a pronounced lemon, and it's a little more creamy. So it would have worked better to layer the lime over top of that one, as opposed to Capella's is a little more lemony. You're going to get a little bit of almost a Sprite kind of effect going with the lemon lime, but it can be refreshing too at the same time. So I just went ahead and stuck with the lemon meringue from Capella's. But with that, I did 1% of Florida key lime from Flavor Art. I only went 1% because I didn't want to overpower it as a shake and vape. If you were going to let it steep for a long time, I would probably put a little bit more in it and just bump it up, another 0.5%, maybe even another 1%, just because the lime fades. And we all know this. The same goes with the Flavora lime. The Flavora lime tastes like Jell-O to me. So that I thought was perfect for the inside if you're doing like a no-bake meringue pie. The Kanako soy is probably the weirdest thing in here, and I did that to make it more silky because I think it has like this silky kind of texture to it, and it like bridges the flavorings between the meringue, the marshmallow topping, and the graham cracker crust. And on this, I put Flavor Art's new graham cracker crust just to try it. Because it was more of just, let's see how this works in a recipe. If you're using, TFA cheesecake graham crust, that will work here too.
Yeah, I'd see these new recipes for these shows. Obviously make something tasty for the people, but I use them to just like play around, and like get creative and just try things out,
Yeah, I use things as tests. I was like, I'm going to test this, and hey, that works for the show.
Right.
I can squeeze that in. And then just finishing up the rest of it is the topping. The sweet coconut and the toasted marshmallow make your kind of fluffy whipped cream marshmallowy fluff topping. It wasn't like it's just something you would throw together at home. So I kind of was going for that emotional effect with it rather than seriously like, yeah, it is. It's you hit people's emotional flavor nerves because it brings back a memory to.
It's for a lot of people, it's nostalgia.
Yeah. For
me, I remember my grandmother every Easter, she would make like a lime jello cheesecake. It was just a thing, and it was so making this when I was doing that, it brought back memories, and I enjoyed vaping my testers.
Yeah.
Glad you did. I hate key lime pie. It's freaking nasty.
I personally do not like key lime pie. I don't really like citrus in a whole lot of desserts.
Right. It's just odd. Like, I love citrus, but, like, give me a smoothie or, like, even put, like, tobacco in there. Like, just don't put it in a pie. I don't want it in a pie.
I don't mind lemon with cream. I can tolerate that, but it has to be a good vanilla cream base, and the lemon has to be light. It has to just be like, oh, there's a hint of lemon.
That's why I like using FA custard, because it's just a little bit, and most of the lemon fades like with time, but you still get like that touch of brightness from the lemon, you know?
Unless you use it at 5%. At 5%, it covers everything.
I never use it that high.
Oh, I was playing with it. I was like, let's see how high I can push this. And you, with 5% custard and 10% cookie, you can't taste the cookie.
Wow.
This is what you experiment with for pod systems.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how you added the Kanako soy.
It was just a weird thing. It was like I sniffed it and I was like, that smells like it'll fit.
It is kind of malty, like crusty, you know. Like,
yeah, that little bit of a peanut butter, but it seemed like whipped peanut butter to me. So that whipped kind of fluffiness was what I was going for, to put it in with the meringue pie creaminess from the Capellas, so that it would kind of blend it all together. And then you get the maltiness, and it brings the crust flavors in, and it just kind of bridges everything together. It's your connectors.
Connectors. Looks pretty good. The thing I like about you is you're closer to my percentages. Like everyone else is, I gotta like butcher it.
I struggle trying to make things not super weak.
Yeah.
Because I could probably vape this at half of the amount that I have there as a shaken vape.
I'm finding that too. Like, I got to a point where I was using less and less and less flavor, because I don't need like in your face flavor. And for me, just a hint is enough for me personally. But I know when I'm developing recipes for other people, I push it up higher, because the majority of people like that in your face, the flavor. Like, they want it to be indistinguishable, you know, like, or distinguishable, I mean. Like, they want to know, okay, that is, you know, this. And me, it's like, I like a little more subtlety, you know. I feel like I don't get vapor stung as often. I can vape the same thing longer if it's more subtle. But I go back and forth, because then there's other times, like if you saw the last week or the week before, my straw melon lemonade recipe just slammed you with flavor. So I just, you know, it's whatever I'm in the mood for. But
I've been this week I've had some sinus issues. So I've got like 3% Inoura's anise and like 5% black currant from Flavor Art, and then a whole bunch of WS-23. I'm just blasting my senses.
Oh gosh, I can't do WS-23. It just like hurts me.
I've got like 1% in here. I went blast me in the face kind of cold.
Yeah. Like, I'll do 0.25%, or sometimes even if I'll go crazy, 0.5%. But
yeah,
but everyone, I guess it's one of those things. Also, I've read that you build up your tolerance very quickly for it.
Yeah, it seems to fade really fast.
Covers up flavors because it's just so cold and in your face.
Well, with anise and blackcurrant, you really can't cover the flavors.
Oh yeah, true.
It's like a cough drop. Which is good. I threw some Candy Wizard in here too because I can't stop vaping it.
How is that Candy Wizard? Is it like 27 Bears kind of?
No, it's not. It is not like any of the candy flavors. However, I would say it's closer to it's closer to a fruitier version of Flavoras. Like there's more of a fruity note, but it's a very generic fruity kind of smell. It doesn't smell like gummy bears.
So when you add it to your fruits, it turns it into like a gummy candy, right?
At a lower percentage, like 1% or less, it seems to go gummy. 1%, 1.5%, it seems to go more hard candy. Up in that region, it gets a little more floral, and it reminds me of the way Flavor West's hard candy is a little bit floral, but it's not perfumey like Flavor West goes. Yeah, they have that chemical astringent, perfumey note to it. This doesn't have that. I haven't pushed it beyond 1.5%, so I don't know, and I haven't steeped it a long amount of time. This is just kind of preliminary, but I can't stop vaping it. It's really good.
Nice. Have you tried? Was it Jam It by Vape Train? Is it similar, or is that more of like a preserved jam type of additive?
Jam It was more of a fruity, florally liquid amber. Okay. It's not as malty as liquid amber. It's not as bright as liquid amber, and it's more. It does do the jamminess, but it's got definite fruit notes in there, and it will interact with the fruit that you're using it with.
Okay, cool. All right, Rin, did you want to go over your recipe, or should we show Jen's? Jennifer's in the comments or the chat, but she's not on video. But she sent us her recipe, so I thought it'd be fun to go over it. But did you want to go over yours first?
Sure. So talking about lime fading, I tried to be a good girl and mix up my stuff in advance, thinking, oh, I'm gonna be prepared. Waited too long to test the stupid things. Vaped them, and there was like nothing there. I'm like, damn it, the fade is real. The fade of it all. So yeah, I had to remix them. Plus, some of them were just borderline gross. So this is the one I came up with. Just to reiterate, I don't like key lime pie in real life. I think it's disgusting. So I basically tried to be as close as to a key lime pie as possible, but make it something that I would like. Because I mean, if I don't want to vape it, like I don't expect you guys to vape it. So this is what I came up with. I tested some new limes. I never tried shisha lime before from Vape Train. This is my first time using it. Pretty unfamiliar with the Persian lime as well. So I mixed them both together because I wanted the zest from like the Persian lime and then like the juiciness from the shisha lime, and I put them together. And then similar to what Emily was talking about, I wanted mine like base or whatever to be more milky. So I used the Flavor West milk. It's actually a pretty good milk. It's kind of close to one-on-one cream milk undertone. I have Flavor Art milk as well, but I haven't tried it yet, so I didn't want to put too many experiments together at once. Like
debugging. You wanted to change one thing at a time or one day.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that bold. Plus, I was running out of time because I did this like a couple days ago. I stuck with the Capella graham cracker crust because it's one of the better graham cracker crusts in my opinion, and it has that added little bit of spice to it because it's got like a cinnamon thing going on, just a little hint. And then the Flavora pudding and the Capella whipped cream is just kind of like the body of it along with the milk to give it that, I guess, moussey whatever is in that pie. Plus most key lime, if you look at it, it has whipped cream on top. I didn't think to add coconut, but coconut probably would go really well in this as well. if you like coconut, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's good. I do like it. It's not something I would vape on the regular because I don't particularly like bakery stuff, especially citrus bakery. But it's good. If I had to vape it, I would. I know it's not a very good endorsement, but I think if you like key lime pie, yeah, you would like it.
So, this looks really interesting. One thing, I love Capella Vanilla Whipped Cream. Like, that's just a no-brainer. It's just so good. Like, it's just the perfect kind of topping there. What I want to know about is, so I heard Persian lime, that's more of like a zesty kind of natural lime, right?
Yeah.
What's the shisha lime, right? Like, I imagine is that anything like Flavora lime? Is that more of like a candied, syrupy lime?
I haven't single flavor tested it, but going based upon like what I taste, kind of more of like a lime juice, like the inside of the lime, whereas like the Persian is like a candied zest. So I like to add them together. I like to layer my fruits because I find that I don't like a lot of fruits. Basically, it's not that I don't like them, but I find that they're best if they're built because like you have TFA strawberry ripe, which I love, but it's, you know, earthy, and then you take a more candied strawberry and you add it together and it just kind of balances each other out to make like the perfect strawberry.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I did with this lime. Plus, I was hoping that maybe if you layered the lime, it wouldn't fade as much, which I can't attest for because I've only had this recipe for a couple days. The other lime versions I made definitely faded. You could barely taste them because they had sat for about a week or two.
And that's good thinking, though, because normally with other things that fade, like peanut butter or other fruits, if you add in more than one and you layer them, not only do you get a more complex, full flavor or like the fruit that you're looking for, but a lot of times when you have more than one, they give it each other's kind of staying power and they don't fade quite as quickly.
Right. But I like them both. I don't know what it is about lime, like why it fades. I'm guessing it's the citrus. Like maybe it's like more of an alcohol base, similar to lemon. Because lemon fades for me too. But yeah, I mean, I like it. Like I said, if you like key lime pie, I think you'd like this. I just don't particularly like it. But yeah, that's about all I got. As far as percentage, you might have to double this to get it to where you want, because as I've said many times, mix on the lower end of the spectrum. That's what I got. Key lime is what I got. Remember that. No one was saying anything, so I figured I'd throw it in.
Awesome. Cool. You know, lime is just, it's one of those things I don't mix with that often. But like when I do, like for something like this, it makes me think like, why don't I use this more? Because it's just so bright and clean and refreshing, and it's just, I like it.
I don't mind vaping lime. Not a fan of vaping pied lime. Like, I don't like the graham cracker mix or the pie crust mix with the lime flavor. I like lime with like straight other fruits. So I like lemon with the cream, but the lime not so much. Maybe lime and coconut. That's about as creamy as I'll get.
I like the cream with the lime. I don't like the crust, but I already got crap for my milk tart because they're like, "Where's the tart?" Like, look, okay,
it's imaginary.
It's a picture.
It's like my lemon meringue pie, the competition. If I would have used Flavor West, I would have maybe done better. But it's like that crust sometimes can clash with what you're doing, and so like I would imagine it's really interesting using the Capella graham cracker and how that spice note works with the creams and the lime.
I don't get much of it, to be honest.
Oh, that's
like I didn't even really know it was there until someone said it's similar to. Well, I don't want to bring it up again. You'll yell at me.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Similar to Innerwear Biscuit, where I never knew there was coconut in there, but you can definitely taste it in certain applications when you look for it. But don't look for it if you don't like coconut, because it'll ruin it for you. But I love that.
Have either of you tried Vape Train's, what was it, biscuit base?
No.
No.
It's kind of a spicy graham cracker-ish kind of flavor. It's somewhere between graham cracker, spiced cinnamon cookie, and gingerbread.
Oh, so I wonder if something like that would work good in like a what's that spread that David is always
God, the
like a cookie butter?
speculous.
Yeah.
Speculous or whatever.
Don't remind him. I don't want to mix that.
A bunch of like
I bought some
batter dip or something would be really good.
I've never had it.
Cookie butter. It's so good.
He raves about it, and like if you read, obviously he's the god of descriptions. But if you read the description he has for this, it just makes you want to try it, and I've never tried it.
And I'm seriously going to attempt to mix a version of it because I have a can downstairs, and I took and made a container of popcorn. I melted the cookie butter stuff with some chocolate chips and some salted caramel chips. I drizzled that over all of the popcorn, put that in the freezer, and now I've got the popcorn pieces that I can break apart, and it's all kind of like chocolate but not, and it kind of melts, and it's so good.
That sounds amazing. I was just wondering, okay, how do you eat this cookie butter? Like, what do you do with it?
With a spoon out of the can. Because it's so
really
good. You're just it's like Nutella.
How much is it when you go to, because I look for it, and the only place I can see that it's sold is Trader Joe's, and I hate going there.
I found a version of it at one of the Walmarts. They had two different brands, and this one, it was Biscoff or something, I think was the brand name. But it's not like an unknown brand. It's just,
right.
You know, it's the random stuff you find in Walmart.
Rip off Biscoff.
Possibly.
Joe here.
Yeah, because I was on an Amazon order it, and it was like $12 for like a little jar, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do with the crap. I don't want to spend $12
$6.99 for the little jar. It's not cheap even at Walmart.
$12 for diabetes just doesn't sound like a good
I can be on Amazon for $21 for a 14-ounce jar.
It's because you're in Canada.
Yeah, well, yeah, Canadian dollars a little bit more.
But yeah, it was like $12. I'm like, I'm cheap.
I might have to do it. Just see what the.
It's so yummy. I think I can actually do it. I know you're gonna have to use like TFA's cheesecake graham cracker crust. That has to be like the base to it because it's super rich and buttery and creamy, and just with that graham cracker layer in it, it has to make the base of the cookie butter. And from there, I'm not sure where to go with it.
Well,
I might need a few more spoonfuls.
For reference, yeah.
For reference, you know. All for the job.
But I'll have to think about it. I might get a jar. Spend $20 on a freaking jar of cookie butter just for the hype. Anyway, so we have one more recipe to go over. Jennifer Winstead, the E-juiceFairy. She sent us the recipe, even though she's not hanging out with us.
She doesn't love us anymore.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen her in chat. Is she still in chat?
No.
She's all right. Good. We can just rip her apart. Just kidding. Be nice. She's got 3% FA caramel, 4% cheesecake graham crust, 5% key lime pie by TFA, 2% New York cheesecake, 1.5% sweet dough by Flavora, 0.25% Capella sweet tangerine, and then 0.5% Flavor West sweetener. Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've never had TFA key lime pie.
It's not bad. It's very lime heavy. I don't mind it, but it's I can see why she used the graham cracker crust flavor in there. And the sweet dough. The sweet dough's got to make it nice and more crusty.
I love Flavor sweet dough. It's so good. And but the thing that's really cool is Capella Sweet Tangerine to add a little bit more of a citrusy candy bite to it.
That's pretty good.
Is like a very candied, juicy.
Yep.
You know, tangerine
with its dose of sucralose in it.
Yeah.
But she added more too.
Yeah.
Sweet dough in there just sounds off. I don't know how that would work. Isn't that like a... I don't think I've had that one yet. Have I?
It's like a donut.
It's not super greasy like a donut. It's a little more flaky when you're using it below 1%. I generally use it at like 0.25% to 0.5%. Jen goes a little bit higher, but that's because she's competing with the key lime pie and the other one, so you got to bump it up just a smidge. And you're going to get more of that dough underlayer, so it's going to taste more like a pastry crust.
Huh. But doesn't it have a maple note in it, or am I like remembering wrong?
I don't know. I can tell you.
Don't think that one does.
I know one of theirs has this maple note that I get.
A few. Yeah, there's a couple more flavors that have.
Yeah, it does.
Like cupcake. Does it?
Yeah.
I know cupcake batter is one. It's like,
and it's not maple; it's fake maple. It's it's Aunt Jemima maple, kind of slightly floral, and that is the off note in here that I don't like. So it's usually I can cover that up though. So if you're covering it with graham cracker cheesecake at 2, 3, 4%.
I don't know if I'd put Jemima with the key lime pie though.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna blend out. When you've got so much stuff on top of it, you're not gonna get as much maple note.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the caramel enhance that?
With all the ingredients, it's not.
She likes multi stuff. I don't know.
I think she just takes like the flavor randomizer and just like, okay, keep going. Okay, they said 10 is too much. Maybe I'll do 7.
Jennifer, we love you.
Hey, she's not here, so
this is what happens when you're not here, Jen.
That's right.
Yep.
It's your
punishment. Who's a naughty girl.
Speaking of not here, Alicia is joining us now. Hi, exclusive girl. How are you doing?
Right now, I have a fanboy on me, so I apologize if you can hear it in the background.
Well, you're super quiet.
Is that better? I might need to turn my gain up.
She's the Terminator now.
I'm the Terminator?
You're a robot.
Is that better?
Exclusive robot.
Damn it.
Like, you're not even loud enough to have Zoom switch the camera to you.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better as far as the volume, but you're still a robot-y.
Damn it. Yeah, hold on just a sec.
Anyway, is there anything else anyone wants to say about Jen's recipe while Alicia's messing with her stuff?
I just restarted it.
Oh, it's better.
Yes.
No longer robot?
No longer robot. I'm glad you could join us.
It was fun though.
It was fun.
Checking out. You want me to go back to robot voice? I mean,
no.
Checking out that recipe. Caramel.
Right, caramel and sweet dough.
I never would have thought to use caramel and sweet dough in a key lime, but I don't doubt it's tasty. And I
doubt
used to make key lime, but never key lime pie. So does that have a crust note to it?
I don't remember it having a massive pastry crust note to it, but it wasn't a graham cracker crust. It was more of a pastry, like their pie crust kind of flavor in the background.
Yeah.
So that's why I think maybe with the combination of the graham cracker and the sweet dough, you're getting a bit more of a pastry crust than you are a straight up graham cracker crust.
Cool. Looks interesting. Well, the E-juiceFairy, thank you so much for submitting your recipe, even though you weren't here today. We appreciate it. It's nice I just love seeing everyone's different take on things. It's cool how they do that. Speaking of different takes, Alicia, did you have one that you wanted to share?
No, unfortunately, because I just moved, I have all of my stuff in a box. I have like all 800 and whatever flavors in a box that need to be organized, and I have not gotten to it yet. I'm like dreading it. But I didn't get to work on it, and I haven't gotten to mix anything in like basically a week and a half, 2 weeks. You're muted, Emily.
That was like we all do it. It happens. That was like my favorite part of moving, was I could like I had a chance to kind of reorganize everything, and
I mean, my kitchen is finally done. My living room is like mostly done. It's like all of my mixing stuff and my clothing. I need to like get all that sorted. At this point, like all of my clothes are in bags, and all my e-juice is like in a big box. Like it's at least it's like sort of in order. Like, you know, it's the lowest stuff in the box are the lowest in the alphabet, or like, you know, like W's and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So like the A's are all on top.
I did when I packed up all my stuff. Well, I have my flavors separated by manufacturer and then alphabetized. So as I was packing it up, I was putting flavors in little individual baggies and writing the letters on the baggie and like the manufacturer. So it's a lot easier to pull out and organize, I guess. But
when I started packing them, where I actually kept them in alphabetical order, and like, so like the very bottom row, like the bottom layer of the box is all alphabetical order, and then I got to the second layer done of alphabetical order, and then I just was like, I don't have time for this. I just started throwing it all in the box. I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm sorry. I was just like, nope, I'm done. I gotta just throw this in the box. I gotta get this going so I can get out of this place. Yeah. The AC can't be on right now though. Otherwise, that's all you guys will hear. So warm here right now. Yeah. So which of your recipes do you guys think the most unique from this week? No one answer.
I mean, unique or good?
Well, different. Like, what one was the most inventive?
I think the gens were most interesting. Whether or not the one is good, I don't know. The sweet dough and the caramel kind of scare me, but I mean, it could be good. It definitely scares me though. Not gonna lie.
Make yourself try it, just for fun, just to try it.
I probably will. What about you, Jarvis? Is yours one that you was it another one that you hate to vape?
It actually didn't. It didn't taste that bad. It's not one I like. You know, it's just not a flavor profile I like.
We gotta get a flavor profile you like.
I'm picky at the moment. I'm vaping anise and black currant, so it's.
Yeah, it's a weird combination.
The cough drop.
Yeah. I'm not a fan, I don't think. I don't like anise, though. I'm not a big black licorice fan.
Yep.
All right. Well, should we talk about next week's? Should we give the people a peek at next week's photo?
Are we to the judging yet? Like, I don't remember what our last.
Are we?
I don't know. I know we're close.
Hold on.
Was Slower our last one, or was it the first one?
No, the milkshake one, I think, was the first one.
So that was.
We're on episode 19, so episode 20 should be a judging episode.
The milkshake, and then the lemonade, and then Flavora, and then so next week's judging.
Yeah.
I have like no recipes to submit.
I have a minute. So we're coming next profile then. That's good.
I have to default to a recipe to submit because I didn't get to participate the last 2 weeks.
So next week's judging. Do you guys know what you're going to submit to the boys?
Well, I've only got 2, so.
Do I even have 2?
She's just like one, the only one.
I did a milkshake. I actually did one for last week that I didn't publish. That was a strawberry something or another that was the all flavor stuff. I don't think I did the week before that, though.
Well, I only have one that I really like, so that'll be the one.
Mine's pretty easy. I just have one that, not that I don't like all the ones I did, but I've got one that just stood out and was just like, yep. I just hope the guys have all the flavors for it.
Yep.
Because, we have a thing where we'll tell the guys, okay, this is what we want you to judge. And if they don't have the flavors for that, we'll mix them up a sample and ship it to them. But there's no way that they would get my sample in time because it takes Canada Post so freaking slow. It would take weeks to get something if I were to send it. So
yeah, for sure. Plus, it's just a pain. Like, who wants to do that? I used to have to do that every month.
Post office. Nobody wants to go to the post.
Right. Well, I mean, you can print it on. I mean, everyone. I think we all have scales. You can actually do it through PayPal if you have a printer, but it's still annoying. Problems. Anyway.
Oh, I could say the 2. I do have 2. Yay. Okay, I get to choose between that coffee caramel milkshake thing and that watermelon beverage.
Yeah.
Decisions.
I thought you did a flavor and submitted it when you were.
I didn't get to. Because I was still packing. All of my stuff was packed up, and there was no chance that I was going to be able to finish it in time.
How convenient.
Very inconvenient, actually. Fix my camera. It's all weird.
All right.
I had to fix it.
Guys, all of you watching, if you want to mix up what we have or make one of your own of the same profile, just do the whole hashtag MixInVixen thing after your title or whatever, and let's see what you got. See if you can beat us and make something yummy.
Look at our stream. Do any of you have the stream up?
Yeah.
Look in the sun. That's a Rick.
Wow, Fresh is super short.
Yeah, he's like 5'4".
I knew he was short. Have you ever seen that picture go floating around with him and Zesty?
Yeah.
I always thought it was like at first I thought that's a little person, but then it's like also it's like but Zesty's super tall, but Fresh is really short. I want to meet him because I feel like we can look eye to eye. I'm only 5 foot, and he's a cool guy. I want to be his friend, and I want to meet him. Not just because he's short. Don't think it's just because you're short. I want to meet you. Anyway, I'm done. Let's just wrap this up.
That hurt. I had to disappear.
Are you coughing to death?
I didn't mean to offend him. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so judging next week. Check us out, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Peace out, guys.